Hello, Mid-Michigan, and welcome to the beautiful Margot Yonker Stadium on the campus of Central Michigan University for high school softball action today here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. This is the Woods Household pregame show as we get you set up for the Essexville Garber Lady Dukes taking on the Lady Irish of Sacred Heart Academy. This is a powerhouse matchup. Just earlier this week, the Sacred Heart girls played up a division, playing a really good Ithaca team, getting ready for the playoffs. Now they're playing up a whole nother division against Division II Essexville Garber, who comes into this game at 24-6. They're ranked number 9 in the state of the MHSAA playoff point rankings system on the MHSAA.com. Number 9 in Division II. Sacred Heart Academy comes into this game at 26-4. They are ranked number 4 in Division 4 in those MHSAA playoff point rankings. Again, those don't mean a whole lot. New stuff coming for high school football next fall. Splitting things up by the region. They will now do seeding. I think that will be coming to softball and baseball before you know it as well, if they're moving it to the other sports. You know this is the Woods Household pregame show, coming to you live from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Also love to Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, the Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, a Weefrich Financial sponsor, that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. Woods Household Appliance, a Brad Malley Well Drilling and a Malley Construction. You can see the Garber Dukes out there doing their warm-ups out there in the white and light blue. The Irish ladies, I believe I saw in the jet black here today. And again, with a little bit of chill, a little bit of wind, not a bad day to be out there in the jet black catching a little bit of race. Going to take a break here on our Woods Household pregame show. When we come back, we'll break down the starting lineups for both of these teams. In Game 1 here today, Sacred Heart Academy will be the home team, so they'll be in the field first. We'll talk about them, then we'll talk about the Garber Dukes, then we'll talk about some keys to victory in this one. And when you've got 24-6, 26-4, keys to victory, they end up being pretty darn simple, but there is one big miss today here for the Irish girls. Talk about that and much more when we come back. Woods Household pregame show here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with more right after this.
Hi, I'm Attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary, he can be yours too.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Bogwai Banga and Bradley on Main Street in Mount Pleasant provides uncompromising integrity when providing tax and accounting services to individuals and small businesses in the Mid-Michigan area. Bogwai Banga and Bradley has an expert CPA ready to help you, whether you're an individual that needs help with taxes or a business that needs help with, well, just about everything. Bogwai Banga and Bradley is a leader in the community and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Visit them online at bwbpc.com or stop into their office on Main Street in downtown Mount Pleasant. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291. Martinez Lawn Care knows your outdoor space is more than just a yard. It's where life happens. Martinez Lawn Care provides mowing services, yard cleanups, maintenance, and more to keep your outdoor space the best place for life to happen. Call Martinez Lawn Care today at 989-317-5536. Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance Group is Mid-Michigan's #1 team for protecting what matters most to you. Home, auto, life, farm, business. They offer a wide variety of coverage at affordable rates with the customer service of a best friend. Visit Brickner and Buckner Farm Bureau Insurance Group on Pickard Road or visit them online at bricknerbunkerinsurance.com.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Woods Household pregame show here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network as we get you set up for high school softball action. Sacred Heart Academy taking on Essexville Garber here at CMU. What a beautiful day for softball. Little breezy out there, but boy, the temperature is just perfect if you ask this guy. Sacred Heart Academy Irish girls getting ready to take the field right now. Think about this great senior class that they have got as they head out there getting ready for district play next week. And what a week they've been able to have. They wrapped up their MSAC Conference Championship last week. Now this week they're able to get in some big-time competition. I mentioned the Ithaca Yellow Jackets earlier this week, and now Essexville Garber here today. And Saturday, Sacred Heart boys will be getting in some big-time action, planning on being in Shepherd for a 10 a.m. little breakfast in baseball this Saturday morning as the Irish of Sacred Heart Academy travel to Shepherd to take on the Shepherd Blue Jays. I guess still got to get with Ryan Hartgrader about doing that game. So Ryan, if you're listening, this is me asking permission, I will joke. The Irish girls out there defensively right now. We will run through that Sacred Heart Academy Irish lineup. We'll take another break. Then when we come back, we'll take a look at that Essexville Garber Dukes lineup. Leading things off, the speedy center fielder, number 9, Izzy Ruker. Playing out in the right field, the freshman at number 6, Maeve McConnell. She was 3 for 3 the other day against Maley Aiken. I was so impressed with that. In the circle here for game 1 of the pitcher, Miss Savannah Jones. Batting in the cleanup spot, playing first base, number 35, Miss Lexi Smith. Wearing number 15, batting 5th behind the plate is Miss Maddie Anderson. Batting 6th, playing in left field, wearing number 25 is Elena Verlager. Batting 7th, wearing number 2, playing at third base, the hot corner, is Addie Lay. Batting 7th, the DH in this one, number 28, Miss Carly Smith. And batting 9th, just essentially a second leadoff hitter for Coach Wheaton and the crew. Playing second base, wearing number 5 is Miss Brooke Neff. In the field for the DH, Carly Smith, will be Miss Emmy Edwards. She will be playing at short today. And see, the big miss today, Marin Wheaton not dressed here today. A little hitch in the giddy up from her second home run. She had 2 home runs in the 2 games versus Ithaca, but stepped on the base a little goofy, and so she got a little hitch in the giddy up. Like I said, they've already wrapped up their conference championship. They've got big goals in mind, so she is sitting this one out today, and so we'll see Miss Savannah Jones on the mound in the circle for games 1 and 2 probably, and we'll see a little bit of a new action out there with Addie Lay at third instead of short, and Miss Emmy Edwards out there at shortstop for the Sacred Heart Academy girls. Oh, boy, what a good one we've got here for you today. The number 9 team in Division 2, the number 4 team in Division 4, 2 of the top-ranked teams in the state. 24-6 are the Garber Dukes. 26-4 is Sacred Heart Academy. What a good one we've got for you as both of these teams gear up for MHSAA district action next week. Going to take another break here on our Woods Household pregame show. When we come back, talk about that Essexville Garber Dukes lineup and some keys to victory in this one for the Irish girls. You're listening to the Woods Household pregame show, coming to you live from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konowinski Construction. Also love the J&J Auto, Blockco Pools and Spas, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, and Bryce Updegraph, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Back with more Woods Household pregame show tonight after this.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. We have all seen this sticker, maybe in Mount Pleasant, Beale City, Ithaca, or Traverse City. There is a reason you see that sticker everywhere. That's because Dick Sova Auto Sales has been selling sharp used cars and trucks for 3 generations. Stop in to see the Sova family in downtown Shepherd for your next low-mileage, immaculate car and see why they're known for over 40 years of fantastic customer service. Or you can view their inventory now at DickSovaAutoSales.com. Dick Sova Auto Sales, selling sharp used cars and trucks and supporting sharp student-athletes. Powell Frame and Collision knows we all spend a lot of time looking out the windshield. So if yours gets cracked, dented, damaged, or destroyed, Powell Frame and Collision, along with their expert collision service, now offers expert auto glass replacement. Working with insurance, they can replace all makes and all models, including new advanced driver assistance system windshields. Mention you saw this ad and you get $100 off of your windshield replacement. Powell Frame and Collision, downtown Shepherd. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside Woods Household pregame show here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network as we get you set up for action here. Sacred Heart Academy girls taking on the Essexville Garber Dukes. 24-6 Garber, the number 9 ranked team in Division II, taking on 26-4 Sacred Heart Academy, the number 4 ranked team in Division IV. We ran down that starting lineup for the Garber Dukes, for the Irish girls. Now we'll do the same thing for the Garber Dukes. Leading things off, number 7, speedy center fielder, as I said, for Izzy Ruckert, Miss Ella Coakley. Batting second, right fielder, number 17, Ava Wagner. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 5, Shayler McIntyre. Batting fourth, playing third base, wearing number 4, Brinley McIntyre. Sid Solinsky is going to be batting fifth, wearing number 55. She's playing behind the plate defensively. Sadie LePan is at first base, batting sixth, wearing number 10 for Garber. Batting seventh in the circle is Kara Kotenko. She'll be wearing number 27. Ellie Meisner will be the DH, batting eighth, wearing number 9. And Meredith Krosnick will be batting ninth, wearing number 20 out in left field. And the DH Meisner out in the field for her is Claire Adamowski. She is playing at second base. Shout out to my main man, Mike Verlager, who will be on the PA system here today for helping me get that there, as he was here a little bit before I was. Your boy run a little bit late. I'll kind of knock myself under the bus. I had the text from Coach Wheaton this morning saying, the game started at 2 o'clock, not 4 o'clock. And I kind of thought in my mind, well, I'll go call the 4 o'clock game. And then I says, you know what? I've still got plenty of time to get around for that 2 o'clock game. Let's get ready to roll. It's Sacred Heart Academy, Essexville Garber. Key to victory in this one. When you got two teams that are this solid, you're going to have two excellent pitchers in the circle. You're going to have good play around the field. So if you ask me, it's going to come down to some timely hitting for each one of these teams. Who's going to step up in that big spot to make sure no runners get left in scoring position? You leave a girl out there on third in the first, second, third inning, I think it could really come back and cost you in this one. Essexville Garber will be at the plate first with Coakley, Wagner, and McIntyre due up. Brought to you by our friends at Dick Sova Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunker Insurance, and Block Electric. Say both teams out there getting ready to go. I think we're going to have the meeting of the minds here in just moments at home plate. We'll send it out to another commercial break. Could come back during the middle of the national anthem, but we're getting ready to roll. I've made the joke many a times here this season that high school baseball, high school softball, those are the one sports that starting time is not, infinite. When it comes to basketball, basketball, you've always got the JV game before, so you never really know. But with high school baseball, softball, sometimes you get that, 154 start, that 207 start, you never really know because you got to get teams out there doing warm-ups. Sometimes you get here, the field needs a little bit more preparation, but it's absolutely beautiful here at Margot Yonkers Stadium as the meeting of the minds is happening right now. Coach Coakley, Coach Wheaton at home plate with the two umpires, so we'll send it out to another commercial break. When we come back, we'll be getting ready for first pitch. Savannah Jones will be in the circle. Ella Coakley will be getting ready to step to the plate here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. A powerhouse softball matchup on this Thursday afternoon, and we'll be back at Margot Yonkers Stadium tomorrow for a great ultra-local matchup as Clare and Beale City will be battling it out here. And if I have the chance to make it over to the baseball field for doubleheader action with Clare Beale City baseball, I will do that for their game too. But time for our final break here. Woods Household pregame show. When we come back, we'll get you ready for first pitch. As I said, keys to victory in this one, being clean in the field, which I expect from these two great teams with great records, and then knocking in those girls from second and third base. I think that's going to be a big deal with the elite pitching that we're going to have in the circle with Kotenko and Savannah Jones. Back with first pitch right after this. Thanks so much for tuning into the Woods Household pregame show.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Blackhole Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blackhole Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams. Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. No national anthem here, so stopping things a bit short here on our commercial break as we get ready for the action. Ella Coakley stepping to the dish for the Essexville Garber Dukes. Again, we're pulling that scoreboard up, run it manually over there in the corner for anybody just joining us here. First pitch over for strike for Savannah Jones. We get underway here, a 159 start. That one's going to miss there. Yep, 2-0 action out of the count. First one missed as well. That's well, you always learn with every umpire here in the first, ending with that strike call, that ball call. Both those look pretty good from Savannah Jones. Might be kind of a tight strike zone here in this one, as that one's also going to miss 3-0. Those look right down the middle from Savannah Jones, but must be a bit low, as you often hear me say. Best view in the house, brought to you by Woods Household Appliance, is those umpires, those officials out there. That one's going to be over for a strike on the low outside corner. 3-1 now the count to Ella Coakley, leading things off for Essexville Garber here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Sacred Heart Academy girls, Essexville Garber here at CMU. You can see the flying C out there in center field. Izzy Ruker That one's going to be fouled off, so great job by Savannah Jones here battling back from that 3-0 count. It is now 3-2. Number 17, the right fielder, Ava Wagner, is on deck for Essexville Garber. Jones in the circle. Has the signal from the dugout. Looks down, and I always joke the quarterback wrist / pitching wrist. That'll be on a corner for strike 3 for the first punch out of the game. Heading to first base was Ella Coakley, thinking she had ball 4. Now stepping the plate is Ava Wagner. Going around away defensively for Sacred Heart. Savannah Jones in the circle. Maddie Anderson behind the plate. Lexi Sweet at first. Brooke Neff at second. Emmy Edwards at short. Addie Lay at third. Elena Verlager out in left. Izzy Ruker in center field. And Maeve McConnell out in right. Trying to pull the string on that one was Savannah Jones. It'll stay a bit high. 1-0 the count to Ava Wagner. Wagner steps in, batting on the right side. Essexville Garber out there in the all-white today. The light blue lettering, even the white helmets. Big cut on that one from Wagner, 1-1. And she could not catch up with it. Shayler McIntyre is on deck for Garber. She plays shortstop right now. It's the right fielder, number 17, Ava Wagner at the dish. Facing the senior superstar, Savannah Jones. Jones again looking to pull the string. It's going to stay high. 2-1 now the count to Ava Wagner. Much love to our friends. WW Construction, The Diner. All Seasons Fireworks, Pure Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread at GNS Mechanical, along with our friends at the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund. Here comes a 2-1 from Savannah Jones. That's going to be over for a strike, 2-2. Count even up, 2-2 for Wagner. She steps back in on the right side. Jones from the back of the circle to the middle on the rubber. Now winds and deals. Looking for the breaking ball. It's over for a strike. 2 punch-outs in a row for Savannah Jones to start this one. And against this lineup of Essexville Garber, anytime you can pile up those strikeouts, it is going to be a big deal. And if you're just joining us, you're going to see things scrolling down there a bit, falling behind on the outs. Now 2 down here in the top of the first inning with Sacred Heart and Garber. Shayler McIntyre now stepping to the plate, the shortstop for Essexville Garber. She's going to hold off on that first one, 1-0 the count. Thought about going around, kind of broke back inside. McIntyre did a good job of holding off at the plate. Jones winds and deals. This one's going to be sent out towards left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Nice job by Verlager not trying to charge into that one to try and make an amazing catch. So it's going to be a single for McIntyre. Now a runner on first with 2 down here in the top of the first inning for Essexville Garber. Stepping to the plate is Brinley McIntyre. I didn't get a chance to talk with any Garber folks before the game, but I'm sure Brinley and Shayler, they're not sisters, at least cousins. 2 down here, top of the first inning, runner on first base for Essexville Garber. Runner is going. Here comes the throw from Maddie Anderson. It's going to one-hop, very close. Good throw in the right spot, but great speed out there from Shayler McIntyre to take second base. So now a runner on second here with 2 down. And these are the situations that I was talking about in the pregame when you've got 2 elite pitchers out there with Savannah Jones and Kotenko. When you get a runner in scoring position, you got to get him in. Here comes a pitch to Brinley McIntyre. I'm going to say that's low. 2-0 the count now to McIntyre. Sid Solinsky is on deck, catcher. McIntyre steps out, steps back in on the right side. It's kind of the orange and pink bat over the back right shoulder as Savannah Jones steps back to the middle of the circle and winds and deals. This one's going to be sent out towards left center. It's going to be gathered by Verlager, but the run is going to come in. Now the runner looking to go for second. The throw is not going to be in time. So 1 run is across for Essexville Garber with 2 out, and all that being executed with 2 down. It was 2 punch-outs to start the inning, but then the 3-4 hitters make it happen for Essexville Garber. I'm going to joke the McIntyre sisters. Hopefully I got that right. Coming in to score is Shayler McIntyre. Now at second is Brinley McIntyre after the RBI double. 1-0 Essexville Garber with the lead here in the top of the first inning. Both those runs coming across with 2 down. It was a single and a stolen base from Shayler McIntyre, and then she was drove in by Brinley McIntyre. This one's going to zip over the head of the catcher, Anderson. That'll allow the runner to move up to third base. Still 2 down here in the top of the first inning. Sacred Heart going up against this Garber team. You know you're going to give up some runs, but you don't want to give up 2 runs in the first inning, all of them coming with 2 down. 1-0 the count to Solinsky. She's going to send this one up the middle. It's going to be gathered by Brooke Neff over in time for the out at first base. That was a fantastic play right there. It wasn't caught by Neff, but it was lined out to her. Great play from Neff to get out of the inning. The Garber Dukes do leave a one on, but they get one run across onto it as we head to the bottom of the first inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We will take a break to hear from some of our fantastic friends. When we come back, we'll see if the Irish can get something going themselves into the bottom of the first inning. Izzy Ruckert, Maeve McConnell, Savannah Jones due up, brought to you by our friends at Mount Pleasant Automotive, Blocko Pools and Spas, and Weber Brothers Sawmill. Back with more right after this. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Well, welcome back to it. My apologies to the Ruckert family, as I've been butchering that one for about 4 years now with Izzy out there. It says to her dad, it says, man, so somebody told me, it says, well, as her dad, I think I kind of know how to say it, so my apologies out there. The problem is I'm so used to saying it now, I'm going to continue to butcher it. So we had to the bottom of the first inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. It is 1-0. Essexville Garber with the lead. Heading to the plate is Izzy Ruckert. And like I said, I feel like I'm just going to get it wrong every single time now. Ruckert heading to the plate, batting from the left side, one of the best slap hitters you'll see in the state. She gets a couple bounces over the left side towards third and short. She is almost surely going to be safe. First one's going to come across for a strike for Kotenko. Kotenko winds and deals with the 0-1. This one will be put in play, and there it is, out to short. We'll see if she can beat it out. Not quite in time. It's a great play from McIntyre at short to get the runner, especially with that speed of Izzy Ruckert. Ground out there to start things off. That'll bring Maeve McConnell to the plate. And when I saw McConnell earlier this week going up against one of the top pitchers in the state in Maylee Aiken, she went 3 for 3. I remember texting after the game with Coach Katzinger. Says, make sure you tell her how impressed I was with that. Said that is not just any pitcher she was able to do that against. 1-0 the count as that one misses. McConnell steps back in on the left side. That one's also going to miss. 2-0 now for Kotenko. Kotenko steps back in, gets ready with the 2-0. That one's going to be on the outside corner, 2-1. Solinsky with a nice job framing that one behind the plate. Here comes the 2-1. Nice job by Solinsky using the ladder to go up and get that one. One down here, bottom of the first inning. 1-0 Garber with the lead. Here comes the 3-1, and that will be a walk for Maeve McConnell. That'll bring Savannah Jones now to the dish. And Jones, a lot of times batting in the cleanup spot, but moving up a spot on the order here, as there is no Marin Wheaton in this one. And if you're Sacred Heart Academy, you got goals of making some big things happen in the MHSA playoffs, so you want to make sure one of your 2-star pitchers is ready to go. It's not quite the same as high school baseball, as pitchers in softball can go, but you want to have more than one, obviously. Next pitch to Jones, going to line that one towards second. Not an easy play, but it's gathered by Adamowski over to first in time for the out. And we'll move up the runner. Run out to second base there for Savannah Jones. Moving up to second base will be Maeve McConnell. Now 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. A great play by Adamowski over there at second base. That one was hit very, very hard. She did a good job gathering it, taking her time to throw it over to first base. So when you're at second, it's a little bit different than being at third and short. You don't got that long throw across the diamond. You can just kind of knock the ball down in front of you, take your time, and make the throw. First pitch to Lexi Smith will miss 1-0. And here's that situation again with Kotenko, an elite pitcher on the mound. You want to make sure you get that run in, and there's a blast out to left field. It's off the wall. Maeve McConnell's in to score on the RBI double. Little J&J Auto collision report there from Miss Lexi Smith as she ropes the double out to left field off the wall. And Sacred Heart Academy answers right back here in the bottom of the first inning, just as Garber scored a run with 2 outs. So does Sacred Heart Academy. The walk from Maeve McConnell. She moves up to second on the ground out from Savannah Jones. And the big RBI double smash from Lexi Smith up against the wall. Now Maddie Anderson to the plate. Tied up at 1 apiece here in the bottom of the first inning with 2 outs and a runner at second base. First one will miss, 1-0 the count to Anderson. Here comes the next one. He's going to ground this one towards short. Not an easy play with Savannah Jones running in front of the shortstop McIntyre, but the play is made. Tied up at 1 apiece here at the end of the first inning. We'll keep our broadcast right here. A due up for the Essexville Garber Lady Dukes. It's Sadie LePan, Kara Kotenko, and Ellie Meisner. So you've got the first baseman, pitcher, and the DH coming up here as we head to the second inning on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Much love going out to our friends. Mentioned that J&J Auto collision report just moments ago. Also love to Block Cove Pools and Spas. Conwinski Construction. Weber Brothers Sawmill. A Mumford Oil and Gas Supply. E&S Graphics. Mount Pleasant Automotive. And Bryce Updegraff at Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, our sponsor of Closing the Deal. Also much love, Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Woods Household Appliance, Weefrich Financial, Clark Modular Homes, The Bird All-American Grill, Barberry Law, and Gates Drilling and Service. Also more love, Martinez Lawn Care, Martinez Painting and Martinez Cleaning, Bogwai Banga and Bradley, friends at Mount Pleasant Public Schools, and Powell Frame and Collision. Sadie LePan stepping to the dish. So both teams are leaving a runner on second base in that first inning. Irish with 1 run across on 1 hit. As McConnell drawing a walk, just drove in by Lexi Smith for Essexville Garber. It was a single from Shaler McIntyre and an RBI double from Brinley McIntyre that drove her in. 1-1 the score. So we had the top of the second inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Much love going out again to friends Kenneth Egger, DDS, the Fisher Companies, Central Concrete, Central Asphalt, and Fisher Transportation. Gross Farms, Brad Gross Electric, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods. Almost up north, Stitches for Bridges, your Claire Pioneer Gear Headquarters, and a Doozy's Ice Cream Place. Here comes first pitch of the second inning. It's going to be popped out towards center field. Long run out there for Ruckert, and she makes the catch. Fly out to center field to start things off here for LePan. There's 1 down, just like that. If you're Savannah Jones, I wonder what a pitcher likes more, the strikeout or just the 1 pitch out. I imagine it's probably the 1 pitch out for most of the pitchers out there. Kara Kotenko now stepping to the plate, the pitching counterpart for Savannah Jones. Just misses that one as she smokes it off the screen behind the plate. Ellie Meisner behind her. And if one of them gets on, it'll be Meredith Krosnick. It's Verliger, Lay, and Smith due up in the second for the Irish girls. Kotenko watches that one bounce up there. Good job holding off on that one. Great movement from Savannah Jones. You just want that break to come a couple more inches closer to the plate. 1-1 the count, 1 down here in the top of the second inning. We're tied at 1 apiece. Whole lot of 1s up there. Shout out to Aiden Mandel and Bogwai Banga and Bradley. I was just talking with him yesterday about a whole lot of 2s up there. So every time I see that, I think of the old Beale City Aggie guy. 2-1 now the count as that one misses. Anderson sends it back out to Jones. 1-1 the score, top of the second inning. Sacred Heart Academy, Essexville Garber here at Margot Yonker Stadium on the campus of CMU. Be back here tomorrow for Claire Pioneer at Beale City softball. This one popped high and out of play for Kotenko to run the count to 2-2. Top of the second inning started out with Sadie LePan, flying out to center field. Now Kotenko at the dish, the 2-2 count. Waiting on deck is the DH, Ellie Meisner. Jones back to the middle of the circle. Struck out 2 in the first. Looking to get the changeup. It's not going to break. Kind of loses the handle on as it goes high over Maddie Anderson's head to the backstop, but not really any harm here with nobody on. Here comes the payoff pitch on the 3-2. That's going to be fouled off by Kotenko. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming here. With no Marin Wheaton out there today, it's Addie Lay at third base, Emmy Edwards at short, Brooke Neff at second, Lexi Smith at first, Maddie Anderson behind the plate, Verlager out in left, Ruckert out in center, and Maeve McConnell out in right. This one's popped way up. Trying to make a play from third is Addie Lay. It's going to actually hit part of the rubber, so not really anything they could do with it. If Lay was going to catch that one, she kind of would have had to go into the netting a little bit, and even if she would have gone up to catch it, it might have caught a piece of the netting and not mattered anyways. It's about as close to being not out of play, but out of play as you can get right there. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat upcoming here for Kara Kotenko. Swing and a miss. Big-time punch out there for Miss Savannah Jones, battling with her pitching counterpart and an epic battle at the plate. And she ends up winning as she gets the punch out on the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Now 2 down here in the top of the first inning. Nobody on as Ellie Meisner steps to the plate. Do remember, though, back in the first inning, this is when Garber did the damage. And 2 down, then he had a single, stolen base, and an RBI double to get that run across in the first. That one's just going to miss on the inside part of the plate. Meisner, the DH, Krosnick, the left fielder, then it's back to the top of the order with Ella Coakley after that. Jones ready with the 1-0, winds and deals. That one's just going to miss low. So you got to be above the knees for this strike zone today. Savannah Jones checks the sign, checks the signal on the wrist, sends that one in there. That one's just going to miss as well. Again, Woods Household Appliance, best seat in the house, is those umpires, those officials out there. They're right on top of the plate. And again, we're 20 feet up or so. And so if it's a couple inches low, then they're going to be able to tell a lot better than me. Here comes the 3-0. That one right down the middle. Meisner taking all the way there. 3-1 now the count. Meisner steps back in. Savannah Jones back to the rubber. Winds and deals. This one's going to be sent out towards right field. It's going to be caught by McConnell on the run. Great catch by Maeve McConnell out in right field. The freshman continues to impress every time she's either at the plate or making a play in the field, as she had that awesome gun to third base yesterday 2 days ago for our Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning as Verlager, Lay, Smith a due up for the Irish girls. We'll take a break to hear from some of our great friends. When we come back, the Irish will be back at the plate. Chance to take the lead here in the bottom of the second inning against Essexville Garber here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning for the Irish girls. They try and take the lead here. Got them to go clean in the top of the second with Savannah Jones. First two are going to be over for a strike here. Verlager at the dish. That will be 3 quick strikes going down is Miss Elena Verlager. So quickly 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. That'll bring Addie Lay to the dish now for Sacred Heart Academy. First punch out of the game for Kotenko, but again, don't expect it to be the last, as she is one of the top pitchers in the state. First one will miss the lay. And you got the number 9 ranked team in Division II here with Essexville Garber. The number 4 ranked team in Division IV with Sacred Heart Academy. Two of the top ranked teams in the state battling it out. Get ready for district action next week. Again, I haven't really looked at any conference standings for Essexville Garber, but with that 24-6 record, I feel pretty safe saying that they are conference champions as well, just as these Irish girls are. Here comes the 1-1. Check swing at the plate for Leia. They're going to say that she went around 1-2 now the count. Carly Smith is on deck for the Irish girls. Lay steps back in. He's going to not be able to catch up with that one. 2 punch-outs in a row now for Kara Kotenko. It's going to bring Carly Smith to the dish. Smith going to take a quick trot down the third baseline. Coach Wheaton and all the Garber players kind of gathering around right now. They're actually giving some hugs to Kotenko real quick. I wonder if she maybe reached a 500 strikeout mark or something right there. But that's one of those where if they told us up here in the booth, myself and Mike Verlager would make sure she gets the proper kudos. But I'll just say a congratulations to her. I think 2 down here, second inning. Number 8 hitter, Carly Smith at the plate, DHing in this one, wearing number 28, batting on the left side, waving that pink bat over the back left shoulder. First one is going to miss to the DH. Brooke Neff is on deck, then it'd be back to the top of the order. That's going to be over for a strike, 1-1. Smith's going to foul this one off, out of play. 1-2 now the count. So Jones got him to go clean in the top half of the second. Now Kotenko looking to do things, the same thing here in the bottom half of the second. Smith steps out, takes a big stretch, now steps back in on the left side. Here comes the 1-2. Great changeup right there. It's going to be in the dirt, but they'll get the throw down to first in time for the out. Striking out the side in the second is Kara Kotenko. There is the pitching duel that I have expected. Jones has struck out 3 through 2. Now has Kotenko as well. We're headed to the third inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We are tied at 1 apiece, but it appears both the pitchers have now got things rolling. We're back with more Irish softball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. They're tied with Essexville Garber at 1 as we head to inning number 3.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Savannah Jones is back in the circle here in the top of the third inning as Meredith Krosnick steps to the plate. First one is going to miss to Krosnick. Savannah Jones struck out 3 through 2. Here comes the 1-0. That one's going to be just a little flutter ball out towards the pitcher. Jones gathers it, tosses it over to Lexi Smith in time for the out. 1 down here in the third inning. Oh, actually, they're going to call that one foul. Possibly the umpire's going to get together and chat about this one here. But it does look like Krosnick is heading back to the plate. They will call that a foul ball. They're going to say that before it went into fair territory, hit foul behind the plate. So still nobody out and nobody on. Count now 1-1 for Meredith Krosnick. Jones stepping back to the middle of the circle, and that rubber gets ready to wind and deal. That one's going to miss high. Couple times here in the early going, Savannah Jones has tried to get that breaking ball or the pull the string on the ball here, and she just kind of sailed it high a bit. Fortunately, there hasn't been any runners on base. 2-1 now the count to Meredith Krosnick. This one's going to be popped way in the air. Addie Lay looking to make a play from third base, and she will make the catch in foul territory. Those are also big deals right there. That's not an easy catch to make in foul territory. But with these two great pitchers, these two elite lineups, you can't give anybody an extra opportunity at the plate. If you got a chance to get them out, you got to do so. Great catch there in foul territory from Addie Lay. Ella Coakley now stepping to the plate. She struck out on a full count her first time up. She steps back in on the left side. Similar to Izzy Ruckert, she looks like she's batting from the left side as a slap hitter. Here comes the 0-1. It's going to be sent out towards left field, but it's going to go foul. 0-2 now the count to Coakley. And with nobody on base, you got a chance here for Savannah Jones to try and pull that string, maybe bounce one up there, get the leadoff hitter to try and chase something into this situation. Tied at 1 apiece here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. A little early matinee softball with that 2 p.m. start time. And a big shout out to Coach Wheaton for letting me know about it this morning. Otherwise, I might just be arriving here and would be calling game 2 instead of game 1. Here comes the 0-2. Ooh, trying to paint that outside corner is Jones. Anderson trying to frame it. But as I often say, best view in the house brought to you by Woods Household Appliance. Those umpires are right on it. Also much love, Isabella Community Sportsplex, CNC Enterprises. This one line foul down the third baseline. Continue to give love. Dance Again, Dress Consignment Shop. Smith & Sons, the Beale City Village Store, Sydney's Judges Bench, Dog Central, Barry Funeral Home, Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Almost Up North, and Stitches for Britches. Here comes the 1-2. That one's just going to miss low. 2-2 now the count. So to give credit to the umpire, again, there's a few of them that look good from the vantage point that we've got here, but they're right on top of things. They're just missing low. If you're not above the knees, you're not going to get that low inside, or pardon me, that low over the plate strike. So you think a lot of times you throw it over the plate, you're just going to be good to go. Got to go above the shoulders kind of sometimes to be high, below the knees to be low. Very consistent out there with that low strike zone. 2-2 now the count. This one's going to be sent out towards left field. It's going to get down. They're actually going to say it's foul. 2-2 the count. 2 foul balls sent out towards the foul territory. Got pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming here for number 7, Ella Coakley. Coakley digs back in on the left side. Pink bat, pink gloves. That one's going to miss high. 3-2 now the count. Great at-bat here for Coakley no matter what happens in this situation. And she's going to see pitch number 8 right here. Here comes the 3-2. Over for a strike. Punch out number 4 for Savannah Jones. Now 2 down here in the top of the third inning. That'll bring Wagner to the plate. Ava Wagner struck out her first time up. It was a 2-2 count. Behind her is Shaylor McIntyre, who has scored the only run of the game so far for Essexville Garber. And Garber is actually third in the conference. Frankenmuth first, Swan Valley is second. And so a loaded conference that they do play in, though. This one's going to be sent foul down the third baseline. I got to give Justin from CMU a big shout-out here as he actually just wrote that down on a piece of paper for me, which is great information to know that they've played Frankenmuth, Swan Valley this year. And Frankenmuth, 2 conference losses. Swan Valley, 2 conference losses. Garber, 3 conference losses, and so they were right there. This one smoked out towards left field, but it's right at Verlager, and she's able to gather underneath it to make the catch. And so a great hit right there from Wagner, but sometimes you hit them at them, and that's what happened right there. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. It's Neff. It's Izzy Ruckert and Maeve McConnell coming up. If any of them get on, Savannah Jones will have a chance as well. We're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, we'll see if the Irish offense can get something going. Back with more Irish softball right after this here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're tied at 1 apiece, heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Clark Modular Homes in Mount Pleasant are a one-stop shop from the buy, the build, and beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting Mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it on this Mid-Michigan Sports Network. First pitch from Kotenko is going to miss to Brooke Neff. Bottom of the 3rd inning, tied at 1 apiece. Essexville Garber, Sacred Heart Academy. This one's going to be grounded towards second base, fielded cleanly by Adamowski, over in time for the out. So quickly 1 down here. Set back to the top of the order for Sacred Heart Academy. It's going to bring Izzy Ruckert to the plate. Bottom of the 3rd inning, and they're making fun of me here. Because I've said Izzy Ruckert's name incorrectly the whole wrong time. And then even when I thought I had it right, I still had it wrong because I was going at the wrong part of the word. Take you behind the scenes here a little bit. So you think it's easy, but then you get those thousands of names to pronounce, and you goof up a couple of them, and then you find out the one you thought you were getting right, you were getting wrong too. That will be a pop out there. And so quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning for Sacred Heart Academy, bring Maeve McConnell to the plate. McConnell walked her first time up, scored the only run of the ball game for the Sacred Heart Academy girls when she was drove in on the RBI double from Lexi Smith. That was back in the bottom of the 1st inning. First one's going to miss low, 1-0. Jones, Kotenko both seem to have it going right now. Both gave up 1 in the 1st. Now 2 through clean innings is Jones. Trying to make quick work here in the bottom of the 3rd is Kotenko. But that one's also going to miss. 2-0 now the count to Maeve McConnell. McConnell batting from the left side. He's got the pink bat over the back left shoulder. He's going to send this one out towards left field for a base hit. Tell you what, Maeve McConnell at the plate is hot as a Blanco jacuzzi as she continues to get on base every time I have seen her at the plate, it seems like this year. What a performance from the freshman. Now bottom of the 3rd, we've got 2 down. Now 1 runner on first base here for Savannah Jones. Jones grounded out to second base on the first pitch she saw from Kara Kotenko, her first time up. Kotenko winds and deals. McConnell ready to jump away from first base, but a good move from Solinsky behind the plate, jumping up, ready to throw as soon as she caught it, as McConnell trotting back at first. Next pitch to Jones. So it's going to be pop foul out of play. Heading towards the field hockey field here at Central Michigan University. 1-1 now the count. Superstar Savannah Jones as she steps out. Looks down the 3rd baseline to Coach Wheaton. Looking for a little J&J Auto collision report. A little Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game play right here from Jones. 1-1 to count. He's going to foul this one off. Just misses that one. 1-2 now the count to Savannah Jones. Bottom of the 3rd inning. 2 down, 1 runner on first base for Sacred Heart Academy. It's Maeve McConnell. to reach base both of her plate appearances. She walked back in the first inning, was drove in on an RBI double from Lexi Smith. Now singled here with 2 outs, trying to make something happen. Jones steps back in on the right side. He's going to sling this one out towards right field. It's not going to be an easy play out there. It will be brought in for the out. And so the Irish don't go 1, 2, 3. They leave 1 on, but they do go down without doing any damage. Up next for the Irish in the 4th inning will be Miss Lexi Smith. Due up right now for Essexville Garber. We've got the heart of the order. 3, 4, 5, Shayler McIntyre, Brindley McIntyre, and Sid Solinsky. It was the McIntyre girls doing the damage for Essexville Garber back in that first inning. It was Shayler McIntyre with a single. Then she stole a base. Then was drove in on the RBI double from Brindley McIntyre. Top of the 4th inning. We're tied at 1 apiece. A lot of times this year I've talked about, wouldn't be surprised if we had that 9-8 game, that 7-8 game. That still could be the situation here, and both these pitchers could be pitching very, very well. Just got 2 really, really strong squads here. Jones back out into the middle of the circle, getting ready to go. Maddie Anderson back behind the plate. It's Lexi Smith at first, Brooke Neff at second, Emmy Edwards at short, Addie Lay over at third base. Elena Verliger out in left field. Izzy Rookard out in center field, and Maeve McConnell out in right field. There's that throw down to second base from Anderson that kind of signals we are ready to go for the top of inning number 4. Defensively for the Dukes. Finally got that all penned down, penciled down once they head back out into the field. Right now, Shayla McIntyre, the shortstop at the plate. Then third baseman, Brindley McIntyre. This is who did the damage back in the first inning. We'll see if the Irish try and pitch around here or anything like that. First one's going to miss to McIntyre for ball 1. Next pitch from Jones. Big cut that time from Shayler McIntyre. She swings through it 1-1. McIntyre steps out. Big swing as she looks down the third baseline to Coach Coakley for the sign. Similar to Savannah Jones looking towards the dugout. She has got the sign on her wrist. She sends it in. Check swing there. It looked like she went around. They're going to say she didn't. Generous check swing down there at first base for Shayler McIntyre. She steps out and steps back in on the right side. Jones back to the middle of the circle. Winds and deals with the 2-1 for Sacred Heart. That's just going to miss inside. 3-1 now to McIntyre. So Shayler McIntyre singled her first time up. Drove in after she stole second by Brindley McIntyre. This one's going to be hit in between short and third for a single. So on the 3-1 count, McIntyre singles out to left field. That'll bring Brindley McIntyre to the plate. So last time Shayler McIntyre got on, she stole second base, was drove in the next pitch. Brindley McIntyre digs in on the right side, wearing number 4. She plays at third base. So you've got Brindley McIntyre, the cleanup hitter, plays at third base, and then Shayler McIntyre, the number 3 hitter, playing at shortstop. You know, they've had some battles in the driveways, out in the backyard. That one's going to bounce up there. That will allow the runner to move up to second base. Great piece of base running right there by Shayler McIntyre. And this is just what we saw in the first inning for Essexville Garber to produce their lone run of the ball game. Top of the 4th inning, 1-1 the score. Here comes the pitch from Savannah Jones. That's just going to miss inside. 2-0 now the count to Brindley McIntyre. It was a big lead off the bag as well from Shayler McIntyre. Here comes the 2-0. It'll be a foul tip right there. Brindley McIntyre is a lot tougher than I am, as that one might have gone off of her leg right there. She just kind of shimmies and shakes it, and she's ready to go. 2-1 the count. Runner at second base. It's the cleanup hitter at the plate with a runner in scoring position. These were the moments I talked about in the pregame where you got to get this run in if you're Essexville Garber. That one's just going to miss that low outside corner for Savannah Jones. 3-1 now the count. McIntyre digging in on the right side. Here comes the pitch from Savannah Jones. They're going to say it's just low. That'll be ball 4. So the 2 leadoff runners on here in the top of the 4th inning for Essexville Garber. But if you're Sacred Heart Academy, was this maybe a little bit by strategy, kind of trying to pitch around those 2 McIntyre girls? They've been really solid all year long. Sid Zielinski now at the plate. She's going to pop this one foul down the first baseline. If you're Sacred Heart, you would love a pop-up in the infield. A strikeout here in this situation against Zielinski with runners on first and second and nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. And these are the situations where you have got to make it happen if you're Garber. At least one of these 2 McIntyre girls have got to come in. That one's going to be fouled to the backstop, so a possible chance for a punch-out here for Savannah Jones. With those 2 runners on base, you got to be very, very careful. With the bases empty in that 0-2 count, you can bounce one up there and you don't really worry about it. Now Maddie Anderson's got to be tough behind the plate, make sure nothing gets by her here. Jones back to the middle of the circle. Ready with the 0-2. She winds and deals. It's going to be popped up on the infield. It'll be caught by Lexi Smith. No runners will advance. A big-time out right there from Savannah Jones with 2 runners on. Nobody is able to advance either. That's going to bring Lapin to the plate here. She plays at first base. The very first pitch she saw in the 2nd inning, she flew out to center field. Runners are going to move up to 2nd and 3rd on the double steal. First pitch is going to miss 1-0. I don't mind the decision, though, from Maddie Anderson. It was a great jump. Going from 2nd to 3rd. You got a lot of speed out there with McIntyre. You make that throw down there. Addie Lay's trying to play way in on the bunt as well. That was just a great call all the way around, actually, from Coach Coakley. Having to come in at 3rd base is Addie Lay as you show bunt. Then you have the runner go from 2nd and 3rd. There's not really a throw to be made from Maddie Anderson there. Great base running, great coaching there from the Garber Dukes. High fly ball to left field. It's got home run distance, but it is way foul. 2-1 now the count to Sadie Lapin. Runners remain at 2nd and 3rd. Lapin showing that she has got that home run distance right there. Kara Kotenko is on deck. She struck out her first time at the plate, but it was on an 8-pitch at-bat. Here comes the 2-1 from Jones. That's just going to miss. 3-1 now the count. Lapin steps out, steps back in. Jones looking to the dugout for the signal. Big pitch right here in this situation. 2 runners in scoring position, 1 down, 3-1 count. It's going to be popped way in the air. Chance to make the catch in foul territory, and Addie Lay will make it. Big-time catch right there. She gets some encouragement from the senior Savannah Jones. Back-to-back infield pop-outs after runners get on to lead off the inning for Essexville Garber. Fantastic pitching out there from Miss Savannah Jones, and also great play in the field as well from first base, Lexi Smith, and from 3rd base, Miss Addie Lay. That'll now bring Kara Kotenko to the plate. What a moment here in this one. You got the 2 pitching counterparts going up against each other right here. And if you're a Kotenko, you know how big this situation is here. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. 2 down. You left 1-0 in the first inning. Since then, there haven't been any base runners in the 2nd or the 3rd as Jones and the Irish defense have gone through clean. Now here in the 4th inning, you've got an opportunity. 1-1. Now the count to Kotenko. 1-1 count. Jones has the sign from the dugout. On deck is Ellie Meisner. Here comes the 1-1. That's going to be on the outside corner for a strike. Punch out here would be huge. Jones steps back to the middle of the circle on the rubber, ready to go with the 1-2. Woo-hoo, just going to miss. 2-2. Start at the top of the fourth inning. Single from Shaler McIntyre. Brindley McIntyre then walked. They both stole, but it's been back-to-back pop-outs. And the Irish girls looking to try and have 2 runners left on here for the Dukes. That one's just going to miss inside. It is going to run the count full to 3-2. We're tied at 1 apiece. There's runners at second and third with 2 down here in the top of the fourth inning. Number 7 hitter Kotenko at the plate. Full count. Here comes the 3-2. She's going to foul this one off down the third baseline. If she was able to straighten that one out, could have been a lot of trouble out towards left center or center field because it had some distance to it. But count will remain full at 3-2. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming. And it's 200 down the foul poles here at Margot Yonker Stadium. 220 out to center field. 3-2 from Jones. This one's also going to be smoked, fouled down the left field line. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat upcoming. Go back to the second inning. It was pitch number 8 of the at-bat where Kotenko finally went down on strikes. And with so many foul balls, we got to wait a moment here as they come in from left field. Kotenko steps back in. Jones looking to the dugout for the sign. 3-2 for the third time. Just going to miss high. It'll be ball 4, and that'll load the bases for Essexville Garber here in the top of the fourth inning. What a great at-bat right there from Kara Kotenko to battle and eventually get on base without having to put the ball in play. Now stepping to the dish is Ellie Meisner. She flew out to right field her first time up. She is the DH in this one for Essexville Garber. I'll say it again. I talked about it in the pregame with 2 great pitchers. You cannot leave runners in scoring position. Garber had a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the fourth inning. Fly ball out to left field. Foul once again. I'm trying to remember if they stole second and third with nobody out or if that was with 1 out. A little short-term memory here creeping up, a little bit of a problem here. But regardless, you got runners in scoring position with at least 1 out it was, I'll say, for Essexville Garber. You got to get at least 1 run here, in my opinion, or it might be a bit of a backbreaker, momentum-wise, for the Dukes. Jones sends in the 0-1. It's going to be high, 1-1. Got McIntyre at third, McIntyre at second, Shaler at third, Brindley at second, Kara Kotenko at first. 2 down, bases loaded, top of the fourth. This one grounded towards short. It's going to get through for a base hit. 1 runner's in. Another run comes in to score. 2 runs are in on the RBI double there from Ellie Meisner. Big-time hit right. Well, I guess it's going to be the RBI single as Kotenko only moves up to second base, but in to score are the 2 McIntyres, and that's exactly what you want to do if you are Garber, not leave those runners in scoring position. Now still have runners at first and second here as 2 runs come across for Garber. And still 2 down. So all 3 runs for Garber now in this ball game have come with 2 outs. As you go back to the first inning, it was a pair of strikeouts, then a single and a double. Now here you had a single and a walk to start the inning, but then a pair of pop-ups, then a walk, then an RBI double. So all 3 runs for Garber coming with 2 outs in this ball game so far as Krosnick steps to the plate. First one missed, second one she's going to foul it off down the first baseline out of play. Krosnick steps back in. Savannah Jones back to middle of the circle. I'm going to say that one misses high. 2-1, and now the count to Meredith Krosnick. It's back to the top of the order, and Ellie Coakley after this. 3-1, Garber in front. Top of the fourth inning. Still 2 down and 2 out. High fly ball out towards right field. Lexi Sweet's going to make the catch in foul territory. Lexi Sweet with a couple putouts there in that half inning, but 2 runs do come across for Garber. They leave 2 more on, but just on first and second, and so 2 huge runs there. And again, Brinley McIntyre, Shayler McIntyre helping to do some of the damage as Shayler McIntyre scores her second run of the game. Brinley McIntyre scores her first run of the game, but she's also got the RBI for that other third run as well. It's 3-1 heading to the bottom of the fourth inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. See if the Irish girls can answer back offensively here as they come back out in the bottom of the fourth inning. It's still a long way to go in this one, but those two-out runs, I think, could loom large in this one. I'll say it again, all 3 runs for Essexville Garber have come with 2 outs once you go back to that first inning. Due up for the Sacred Heart Academy girls, brought to you by our friends, Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird, All-American Grill, and Clark Modular Homes. It is Lexi Smith, Maddie Anderson, and Elena Verlager due up for the Irish girls. More love going out to our friends, Malik Construction, Brad Melley Well Drilling, Woods Household Appliance, a Weef Rich Financial, sponsor of the Zaid Batchelor Baller of the Game, Clark Modular Homes, The Bird, All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, Gates Drilling and Service, and a Barberry Law. Lexi Sweet will lead off the bottom of the fourth inning here for the Irish girls. She had an RBI double her first time up. First one's going to bounce up there from Kotenko. Now out there pitching with a 2-run lead. I don't think that probably feels much different. I think if you're a softball pitcher, that 4 or 5 run lead is when you go out there starting to feel a little comfortable. Second one is also going to miss 2-0. Another thing to think about here, the sun has kind of gone away a bit here at Margot Yonker Stadium, and it's got a bit chillier here, even in the press box with that wind rolling in. This one's going to be smacked out towards first base, giving chase, giving a diving attempt is LaPon, but she won't get there. Count will now be 2-1. Or 1-2. Sweet steps back in. Kotenko winds and deals. This one's going to be pop foul. Sweet, looking down third baseline. Steps out, steps back in. Here comes the pitch from Kotenko. That's going to miss outside. Count 2-2. Garber scored in the first. The Irish girls were able to answer right back in the bottom of the first. See if they can do the same thing here in the fourth as Garber put 2 up in the top of the fourth inning. Lexi Sweet leading things off here in the bottom of the fourth for Sacred Academy. She'll foul that one off down the third baseline. Count will remain 2-2. Kotenko back to the middle of the circle. Sweet digs back in on the right side. That one's going to miss low to run the count full to 3-2. Great at-bat here for Lexi Sweet. It'll be pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming. As I mentioned, she had an RBI double her first time up. Drove in Maeve McConnell for the lone run of the ball game so far for Sacred Heart. Somebody fouled off down the third baseline. Talk about a great leadoff at-bat here in the bottom half of the fourth inning for Lexi Sweet. Got pitch number 8 upcoming here for the junior. Kotenko starting to wonder, what do I got to do to get her out? Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Another punch out for Kotenko. That will be number 4. That'll bring Maddie Anderson to the plate. She grounded out to the shortstop her first time at the dish. So now 1 down here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Garber with the 3-1 lead. This one's going to be smoked, but just missing it is Anderson. It's going to be fouled off the backstop. 0-1 to count to Maddie Anderson. And I heard Mike Verlager talking about stuff for senior night. Fun fact about Maddie Anderson, she's all-state level catcher, but said the only reason why she played catcher is because they didn't have one when she was a freshman, so she stepped up, made it happen, and has been making it happen her whole career behind the plate for the Sacred Heart Academy girls with just elite catcher play. As I say that, to a little broadcaster's jink as she goes down on strikes. That is now 5 punch-outs for Kara Kotenko. She has got it rolling. You've got a walk and a single from Maeve McConnell, an RBI double from Lexi Sweet. And that's it so far from the Sacred Heart girls. As I say that, Verlager lines one up the middle, but it's going to be caught at short by McIntyre. Great play to step up right behind second base to bring that one in, showing some great range out there. We're now headed to the 5th inning. The Garber Dukes get the Irish girls to go 1-2-3 after they put up a pair of runs in the 4th inning. So momentum now wearing the light blue and the white here at Central Michigan University. See if the Irish girls can hold down that Garber offense when they come back to the plate. Due up for Essexville Garber in the 5th inning. It's going to be at the top of the order with Ella Coakley, Ava Wagner, and Shayla McIntyre. Back with more Irish softball right after this.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Blackhole Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blackhole Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Shout out to Blackhole Pools and Spas. Kind of one of those days you wouldn't think you'd be getting in a jacuzzi at the beginning of the day, but as the day goes on, it gets a bit cooler. Would not be a bad day to be relaxing in the jacuzzi here this Thursday evening. Coakley at the plate here in the top of the 5th inning for Essexville Garber. Going to ground this one towards short. It's going to get by for a base hit to the outfield. So a runner on first base here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Essexville Garber. Now leadoff hitter Ella Coakley on for the first time. She had struck out her other 2 plate appearances in this one. That'll now bring Ava Wagner to the plate. She struck out and flew out to left field her first 2 plate appearances. Runner is going. Here comes a throw from Anderson out to second. It's in time. Looking for the tag. Just safe, though, is Coakley. Whew. That was a close one, showing some great speed out there as Ella Coakley has. That was a nice throw from behind home plate for Maddie Anderson. Now runner on second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Garber would love to get another insurance run or 2 here in this situation. As you know, that Sacred Heart lineup is capable of putting up a crooked number at any point. Wagner takes that one as well. 2-0 now the count. Wagner playing out in right field in this one. Batting in the number 2 spot. 2-0 count. That one's also going to miss. 3-0 now the count to Ava Wagner. Probably going to be taken all the way here on this one because on deck is Shayla McIntyre, who's 2 for 2 on the day with a pair of singles. She has scored 2 of the 3 runs in this game for Essexville Garber. Here comes the 3-0. And they're actually going to say that was ball 4. So now runners on first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. This is a big, big moment in this game as Essexville Garber has a chance to possibly open this one up a bit with runners on first and second. 3 and 4 due up, and they have done damage. Shayla McIntyre in the 3 spot and Brinley McIntyre in the 4 spot have reached base all 4 of their plate appearances. Pair of singles and runs scored for Shayla McIntyre. Brinley McIntyre has an RBI double, a walk, and a run scored. Now going to have a moment here. Hang out of the dugout, I believe, with Coach Hyde. Quick conversation here with Savannah Jones in the circle. And this is where Savannah Jones, Marin Wheaton could even feel off of each other from third base and pitcher. But without the other pitcher out there to maybe calm Jones down, Coach Hyde has to go out there, have a little bit of a conversation. I do not think we're going to see a pitching change here in this situation. And again, these are the games you want if you're Sacred Heart Academy. You're heading to the MHSAA playoffs next week, and boy, you look at what the matchups have been the last 2 years with Beale City in that district final. You know there's going to be some drama. You know something crazy is going to happen in that game, so you want to get prepared for those situations, a la why Beale City's playing Clare here tomorrow at Margot Yonker Stadium. 1-0 the count. A little bit of a conversation there between Savannah Jones and Maddie Anderson, and the high five as Anderson heads back behind the plate. Here comes the 1-0. Showing bunt. Here comes that runner towards third, and they're going to get the out down at third base. No, they're going to say she's safe. Woo! Looked like a great throw from Maddie Anderson, but they're going to say the slide was just under the tag, I'm going to say. And again, a lot better view out there for those umpires than I've got, but we've now got runners at second and third with nobody down here in this situation, the top of the fifth inning. 1-1 now the count. Ooh, that was a close play over at third base. But Coach Wheaton did not head out of the dugout to have any arguments with it, and he had a really good look over there at third base. 2-1 now the count. Here comes the next pitch. This one's going to be smoked foul down the third baseline by Shayler McIntyre. 2-2 now the count. Garber leads it 3-1 over Sacred Academy. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Garber is threatening again with runners at second and third. Nobody out, and their number 3 hitter, Shayler McIntyre, who's 2 for 2 already on the day. Be a big punch-out situation here for Savannah Jones. 2-1. McIntyre does not chase. Great job at the plate by not chasing that one. Count is now full. Pitch to McIntyre is going to be sent foul down the third baseline. That one had some distance on it. Yeah, if she straightened that one out, probably would have been a home run, a grand slam. She's way out ahead of it. Jones ready with the 3-2 once again. Swing and a miss. She gets the punch out. It goes in the dirt. They got to throw it down, so now they'll try and get the throw back home quickly. That will bring in a run, but still a big punch out there for Savannah Jones. Coming in to score is Ella Coakley. Moving up to third is Ava Wagner. So it's now 4-1 Essexville Garber with a runner on third base and one out here in the top of the fifth inning. Now bring Brinley McIntyre to the plate. She has reached base both of her plate appearances with an RBI double and a walk. She's going to send this one sky high towards center field. It's going to be caught at second base by Net. Then they quickly try to get the throw in home for the tag. It won't be in time. And so it's going to be a sacrifice RBI there for Brinley McIntyre. Not as deep as she probably wanted it to be, but it's now 5-1 Garber, and there are those insurance runs that I was talking about. Now nobody on base, 2 down for Essexville Garber, but 5-1 as they get 2 more across. 2 across in the fourth, now 2 across in the fifth here for Essexville Garber to try and open this one up a bit against Sacred Academy. Now at the plate, Sid Solinsky, the catcher, wearing number 55. She almost leans all the way over the plate. 1-0 as that one misses inside. Setting started with a single, a walk, strikeout, and sacrifice RBI. 2 runs have come across. This one's going to be popped up towards second. Neff is going to be able to make the catch. And so it will be a pop out to end the inning, but more damage is done as 2 more runs come across for Essexville Garber. And they now lead it 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. The Irish offense has got to get something going, but Kara Kotenko has been great in the circle for Essexville Garber. We're back with more Irish softball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com, visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant, call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We are headed to the bottom of the fifth inning. The Irish girls now trail Essexville Garber 5-1. Got to get something going offensively here. Addie Lay be leading things off for the Irish girls. First one's going to bounce up there. 1-0 the count to Addie Lay. Playing the hot corner at third base in this one for the Irish girls. Since that first inning, the Irish got a run across on the RBI double from Lexi Smith. There's been a single from Maeve McConnell, and that has been it. Kara Kotenko and the defense behind her have had it going. It's Kotenko in the circle, Solinsky behind the plate, Lapon at first, Adamowski at second, McIntyre at short, McIntyre at third. This one grounded up the middle, off the glove, over to third. It's going to get away from first base. Now Lay looking to take second, makes a smart decision, holding up at first base. And the Spockman box score is going to have that one ruled a single, but that'll be ruled an error in the official box score there. That'll bring Carly Smith to the plate, runner on first base. All right, if you're the Irish, you got the leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the fifth inning. You trail by 4. You got to turn this back around the top of the order, see if you can make something happen as Carly Smith steps in. She's going to take a strike on the outside on the first pitch. She struck out her first time up on a 1-2 count. Big cut at that one. 0-2 now the count. Brooke Neff is on deck. Smith steps back in on the left side. Waves the bat over the back left shoulder. Takes that one. It'll be strike 3 looking. That's punch out number 6 for Kara Kotenko. And in a big moment in this one, that runner on first base and nobody out. That'll bring Brooke Neff to the plate. She grounded out her first time up to lead off the third inning. It's down to Coach Wheaton for the sign. He's going to just miss on the inside corner. Big cut at that one for Neff, swinging for the fences. The count now 1-1, and she doesn't catch up with it. Bottom of the fifth inning. Addie Lay led it off with a single. Carly Smith then went down on strikes. Brooke Neff is at the plate with a 1-1 count. The Irish girls trail 5-1. This one's sent down the right field line, but it's going to go foul. As I look out in the bullpen here, I actually do see somebody warming up for Essexville Garber. That could already be for game 2, but we'll keep an eye on that. So the way Kotenko's been pitching, I don't think we're going to see her coming out of this game. That one will miss. 2-2 now the count to Brooke Neff. Irish girls got one run across in the first inning after a walk from Maeve McConnell. She was drove in by Lexi Smith. Since then, there was just one base runner in the third on a single from Maeve McConnell. Now a single in the fifth here from Addie Lay. Kara Kotenko has been great in the circle for Essexville Garber. But it's only going to take one rally for these Irish girls to put up a crooked number and get back in this one. 5-1, Garber with the lead. This one's going to be sent towards second. Not an easy play out there for Adamowski. They get the lead runner. A smart play out there by McIntyre, not trying to turn two as if she wouldn't have got there. So now reaching via fielder's choice is Brooke Neff. Getting out, trying to go to second is Addie Lay. That'll bring us back to the top of the order. With Izzy Ruckert. She looks to send that one down to slap it there. It's going to be out of the zone, 1-0. Or actually, no, it's going to be over, 0-1. You know, that's the problem with trying to slap a hit there. You're stepping out of the box on the left side. That outside corner is going to be tough to get one down. This one's going to be fouled off as well. The count now 0-2. Addie Lay led off the inning with a singles and a strikeout from Carly Smith. Neff is now on first after she reached via fielder's choice. Izzy Ruckert at the plate. This one's going to popped up. It's going to get out of play. Actually crash into one of the windows here, but no harm, no, well, I guess it is a foul ball, but it didn't crack any windows or anything. Count will remain 0-2. for Izzy Rookert. Rookert steps back in on the left side. 0-2 the count. Here comes the next pitch. That one's going to bounce up there. Neff took a step away from first base, but then goes back. And again, when you're down by 4 runs, getting caught stealing second with 2 outs ain't a good deal. 1-2 now the count to Rookert. That one's also going to miss. There goes Neff. Smart, intelligent base running right there. She takes second base as the ball squirts away from the catcher for just a moment. As I say that, shout out to Solinsky behind the plate. She has not let a whole lot by here, very similar to Maddie Anderson. Both catchers in this one have been great. Now the count's 2-2. Swing and a miss. That'll be a punch out. It gets in the dirt, though. They got to throw it down to first base. It will be in time. That's the 7th punch out for Kara Kotenko. We are now headed to the 6th inning. The Irish girls trail by 4. Due up for Essexville Garber. It's going to be Sadie LaPont, Kara Kotenko, and Ellie Meisner. So head towards the bottom part of the order for Essexville Garber. You got the feeling the Irish got to get them to go cleanly here in the top half of the 6th inning. Try and get some momentum going towards the bottom half of the 6th inning. We'll keep things right here and thank some great sponsors. Weefrich Financial, sponsor of the Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game. Woods Household Appliance, Upper Adamally Well Drilling, Malik Construction, Clark Modular Homes, Bird All-American Grill, sponsor of our post-game show and where I was at for lunch, having myself a bird burger. Also love to Bill's Custom Fab, sponsor of the Fabrication of the Game. So far, fabrication of the game has probably got to be the RBI double from Brinley McIntyre way back in the first, or maybe the RBI double from Lexi Smith, as we also think about the Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. Also had an RBI double from Ellie Meisner as well, but again, there hasn't been a 2 RBI hit in this game. Garber's done a good job kind of manufacturing a couple things when they've gotten some runners on base. You go back to that 5th inning, that a runner come in on a sacrifice RBI pop-up out towards right field. It was Brooke Neff who brought that in from second base and still were able to tag that runner from third with some good base running. Top of the 6th inning. Here we go. Irish got to hold them down cleanly here in this inning, in my opinion. And you've got the number 9 ranked team in Division II playing the number 4 ranked team in Division IV. So the Irish girls playing up 2 divisions and against a ranked team. So great lead up here to the MHSA playoffs. Even if they don't come out on top of this one, they've already won their conference championship. Check that box. The next check mark they want is a district championship. Coach Ant Valink and the crew from Beale City will have something to say about that. 0-1 the count to LaPont as she fouls that one off. Sadie LaPont playing at first base in this one. She's flown out to center field and popped up to third base her 2 times up. So it's going to be sent in between short and third for a base hit. So great start for LaPont to lead things off here in the 6th inning with the base hit. Very similar to what we saw leading off the 5th inning. You had the first 2 base runners getting on. They'll now bring Kotenko to the plate. Kotenko walked last inning and was stranded there. Her first plate appearance, or she walked back in the 4th, was stranded there. Her first plate appearance, she struck out. That one's going to miss high. 1-0 the count. Comes the next pitch here from Savannah Jones. That's just going to miss outside. 2-0. 5-1 Garber in front. Girls High School softball action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, coming to you live from our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. So it's going to be popped up center field, long way for Izzy Rookert to go. She's able to make the catch on a fly out to center field. So now 1 down here in the 6th. Runner remains at first. Now stepping to the dish is Miss Ellie Meisner. She had an RBI double her last time at the plate. It was one of those big 2-out hits that brought in a run. Garber got 1 across in the 1st, 2 across in the 4th, 2 across the 5th. That one smoked past third base for a base hit. Now got a pair of runners on here with 1 out if you're Essexville Garber. And as often happens, third time through the lineup, Garber kind of seeing the ball a little bit better from Savannah Jones here and making some contact as there's now runners on first and second base with one down for Meredith Krosnick. She's 0 for 2 on the day with a pop out to third base and a pop out to first base. You would love another pop out here if you are the Irish defense. Jones winds and deals. That one's going to bounce up there. Great job by Maddie Anderson from behind the plate to keep that in front of her. Runners on first and second. One down. Top of the sixth inning. Essexville Garber leads it 5-1. Put up a couple crooked numbers in the fourth and the fifth. Now looking for another one here in the sixth. That one will be fouled down the third baseline. Just a dribbler. 1-1 now the count. Ella Coakley is on deck, who's 1 for 3 on the day. A pair of strikeouts, a single, a stolen base, and a run scored. Jones walks to the back of the circle. Now heads back towards the rubber in the middle. Gets ready to wind and deal with the 1-1. They show a bunt, but it goes foul down the third baseline, counting on 1-2. It would have been a really good bunt if it had stayed foul for Krosnick. But now that'll take the bunt out of play with the 2-strike count. Can just kind of hear Coach Coakley down the third baseline telling Krosnick, just get something in play here. With high school baseball, high school softball, that can be such a big deal. You limit those punch-outs. You make the plays out in the field, and you're likely to get an error or two when it comes to high school baseball, high school softball, because we got some youngsters out there. 2-2 now the count as that one bounces up there, and Krosnick doesn't chase. Jones back to the middle of the circle, winds and deals. That one's going to be sent towards third. Nice job of Edwards looking to get the lead runner. It won't be in time, and so we got an infield single from Meredith Krosnick, and that is going to load the bases with just one out with Ella Coakley coming to the plate here in the top of the sixth inning. Dukes already with 4-run lead, looking to add more insurance here in the sixth inning. Bases are loaded, just one down with the leadoff hitter, Ella Coakley, at the plate. Batting on the left side. She's got the pink bat over the back left shoulder, pink gloves to match the bat. Comes the pitch. Going to be just low, 1-0. Ava Wagner is on deck. Shayler McIntyre behind her. This one's going to be fouled down the third baseline. 1-1 now the count. Bases are loaded, one out, leadoff hitter at the plate. My personal opinion, if we see one of the McIntyres come to the plate, could be a whole lot of trouble in this one for Sacred Academy. They're totally capable of scoring 4 runs in an inning, but you make it 5, 6, 7, it's just going to make it that much more difficult, especially with the way Kara Kotenko has been pitching in the circle for Essexville Garber. Whole lot of zeros up there for Sacred Heart. 1 in the first, nothing since then for the Irish girls offensively. Are missing a key bat in the middle of the lineup with Marin Wheaton out, though. This one's going to be grounded back towards the pitcher. Jones gets the out at first. Smart play from Maddie Anderson to hold it as they get the fielder's choice out at home. Trying to move up was LaPon, but she won't be able to come across the bat. There's now 2 down here in the top of the sixth inning. Big time out there. Smart play all the way around from a pair of seniors there in Savannah Jones and Maddie Anderson. Jones knew she had the force out at home, made the easy play, and then Anderson also knows she threw it down to first base. Could try and bring in that run from third. As I say that, the ball gets away from home as it bounces up there. That will bring in that run. That will be Ellie Meisner coming in to score. 6-1 now, Essexville Garber with the lead. Also, the runners move up to second and third as well. Garber now ahead by 5 in this one here in the top of the sixth inning. This one's going to be popped up behind the plate, trying to give chases Anderson, but it's going to be just in play. A couple fans there running out of the way. Didn't want anything to do with that, except for that guy right there. He's ready to bring the ball back to the umpire. 1-1 the count after that foul ball from Wagner. Runners at second and third for Essexville Garber. Shayler McIntyre is on deck. She's 2 for 3 in the game with a pair of runs scored. Couple singles. Right now at the plate is Ava Wagner. She's technically 0 for 2, but she did walk her last time up as well. 1-1 the count. At third is Krosnick. At second is Coakley. This one's going to be sent out towards left field. It's going to get down for a hit. Both runs are going to come in to score. That is going to make it 8-1. Essexville Garber on the 2 RBI single from Ava Wagner. Coakley comes in to score. Krosnick comes in to score. And things have opened up a little bit here in the top of the 6th inning as Garber now leads it 8-1 over Sacred Heart Academy here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network at Margo Yonker Stadium on the campus of Central Michigan University. Runner's going to move up to second there on that one. Again, I don't mind that decision from Maddie Anderson, not trying to throw that one out there late. It was a good jump for Wagner to take second base anyways. McIntyre digs in. That one's going to be high. Runner's going to move up to third now. 2-0 now, the count to Shaler McIntyre. I will say it again, though. Things aren't going your way if you're Sacred Heart Academy, but these are the situations you want to put yourself in, you want to be in this week before you head to district action next week. Pitch to McIntyre is going to be sent down the third baseline. It's going to go foul. 2-1 now, the count to Shaler McIntyre. Mentioned I thought it'd be trouble if one of the McIntyres came to the plate for the Dukes, but I was thinking with the bases loaded, not with just a runner on third base and them already being cleared by Miss Ava Wagner moments ago with the 2 RBI single. She's now moved up to third base herself with some good base running. This one's going to be sent foul down the third baseline and run the count to 2-2 for Shaler McIntyre. McIntyre singled, stole second base in the first inning, scored the first run of the game. Her second plate appearance, she singled and scored in the 4th inning. Last time at the dish, it was a full count, and she struck out with a pair of runners on. 2-2 now the count. Shaler McIntyre. Here comes the pitch. It's just going to miss outside. I'll run the count full. Brindley McIntyre is on deck. She's technically 1 for 1 on the day in the Spockman box score. RBI double, a walk, a run scored. Then the last time she was at the plate, she had a sacrifice RBI. This one's going to be sent towards left field. Trying to make the catch is Emmy Edwards. She dives, can't quite come up with it. 1 run is in. It's going to be an RBI single from Shaler McIntyre as she drives in the run. Coming in to score is Ava Wagner. It is now 9-1, Essexville Garber in front. Great effort there from Edwards trying to reach that one in the outfield, but could not quite get there. Now 9-1 Garber in front here in the 6th. Talk about adding some insurance. 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and now 4 here in the 6th inning for Essexville Garber. Still threatening with Brindley McIntyre at the plate. Shaler McIntyre at first after the RBI single. Shaler McIntyre now 3 for 4 on the day as they think about that Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. J&J Auto Collision Report, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply Driller of the game. Runner goes towards second. It's a great throw out. Sliding in safely, though, is Shaler McIntyre for her 2nd or 3rd stolen base of the day. 2 down, runner at second base. That shows you the trust Coach Coakley has there in Shaler McIntyre trying to steal that bag with 2 outs. You've already got 4 runs here this half inning. Brindley McIntyre digs back in. That's going to bounce up there. That allows Shaler McIntyre to move up to third. Now she's going to try and come in and score. She's going to be tagged out at home. Great job by Maddie Anderson. McIntyre trying to make it happen. She gets out, trying to steal from second, going home. Maddie Anderson, Savannah Jones with a great play there. A little Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game there from Maddie Anderson. But the damage was done in the top half of the 6th inning as Essexville Garber plates 4 runs. They now have a 9-1 lead, and with the way Kara Kotenko has been pitching, it is going to be tough for Sacred Heart Academy to come back in this one, but they're one of the top-ranked teams in the state for a reason. We'll see if the Irish can get the bats going here in the bottom of the 6th inning right after this.
Hi, I'm Attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary. He can be yours too.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
A credit to the Essexville Garber Lady Dukes. They could have been satisfied with a 5-1 lead, but no. They put up a 4 spot in the top of the 6th inning. They now lead at 9-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. This one grounder up the middle over to first in time for the out. Great play from McIntyre at shortstop to get the speedy Addie Lay as she tried to head into first base, swinging at the first pitch here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It was Maeve McConnell, actually, trying to get the action there as we try and get the scoreboard going here. And I'll make the joke that whenever I forget the mouse and got to try and control everything with the pad, your boy struggles a little bit. First one's going to miss to Savannah Jones. It's the first time I haven't seen McConnell reach base in just a long, long time. I'll make the joke to give the freshman some credit. That one will also miss to Savannah Jones, 2-0. Savannah Jones 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out to second base and a fly out to right field. That one's also going to miss 3-0 now. Kotenko back to the circle. Now pitching with a very comfortable lead, up by 8. Taking all the way on that one was Savannah Jones. It'll be over for a strike on the inside part of the plate. Kotenko has also struck out 7 through 5 as well for Essexville Garber. She has been as elite as advertised in the circle. Great job framing that one behind the plate as well from Sid Solinsky. That'll be over for strike 2. Count now 3-2. Nice job battling back here by Kotenko. Jones holds off on that one. She'll take the walk. That's what you need if you're Sacred Heart Academy. Is a couple base runners on here to try and get something going. 1 down, 1 runner on as Lexi Smith now heads to the dish for the Sacred Heart Academy girls. She's kind of got the lone J&J Auto collision report for Sacred Heart on this one. Their RBI double back in the first inning. Been on some other hard-hit balls from the Irish girls, but it's been some good plays out in the right field or center field from Wagner or Coakley to bring them in. As I say that, maybe just one fly ball out to Wagner. Again, Kotenko's been solid in the circle. Now it's going to bounce up there. Great jump by Savannah Jones. Not really any chance for Sid Solinsky to try and make the play from behind the plate. A runner at second base here for Lexi Smith. Going back to the pregame, got to drive in the girls. They're in scoring position. Garber's done that. Sacred Heart hasn't really had a whole lot of girls in scoring position. This one's sent out towards left field. That will drive in Savannah Jones. Nice throw into second base there from Krosnick is just going to make sure the Lexi Smith doesn't advance to second base. So you think about our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game for the Irish girls. All about Miss Lexi Smith right now as she has driven in both runs of the game for Sacred Heart Academy as the Irish put a run on the board. It is now 9-2, Garber with the lead. Maddie Anderson at the plate. Swings and misses at the first pitch of the at-bat. On deck is Elena Verlager. She struck out and lined out to short. Maddie Anderson has grounded out to short and struck out. This one's going to be fouled off the backstop. I think if you're Kotenko in the circle, you're not worried about that runner from first base moving up to second if you maybe do bounce one up here in this situation. You maybe let Lexi Smith take second base and you just focus on the batter here since you're up by 7 runs. Here comes the 0-2. Be fouled off down the first baseline. Good job by Anderson battling and getting another one to see. Irish girls have now scored 1 in the first, 1 in the 6th. The problem is Garber scoring 1 in the first, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 4 in the top of this 6th inning. The Irish girls can match that 4 spot. At least think they're going to have a good chance here in the 7th. But Kotenko has been solid, as that one's going to be just missing there for ball 1. 1-2 now the count to Maddie Anderson. Verliger on deck, would love to have the opportunity with a couple runners on base. This one's going to be fouled out of play. Anderson steps out. Has a sign from Coach Wheaton. Now steps back in. Here comes the 1-2 from Kotenko. Nice job waiting on that one by Anderson. Still fouls it off down the first baseline. Kotenko pulled the string on that one. Anderson kind of started going around, waited off on it, then realized it was going to bust back over the zone, and with a late swing was able to foul it off. She holds off on that one as well. 2-2. Great at bat here from Maddie Anderson. This will be pitch number 7 that she will see right here. The count is 2-2. Kotenko back to the middle of the circle. Winds and deals. That one's going to miss high. That'll run the count full to 3-2. As I just said moments ago, you would love for a couple runners to be on for Miss Elena Verliger. Anderson digs back in. Here comes the 3-2. She's going to foul that one off. Anderson continues to battle. Pitch number 9 of the at-bat upcoming here for Kara Kotenko, going against Maddie Anderson at the ditch for Sacred Heart Academy. Here comes the payoff pitch. This one's going to be popped out towards right field. Not going to be an easy play for Wagner, but she's able to gather underneath it and make the catch. So that is 2 down now here in the 6th inning. A great at-bat there, though, from Maddie Anderson, but you're going up against a power pitcher like Kara Kotenko. She just didn't really give you anything there. Now 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 9-2, Essexville Garber with the lead as Verliger steps to the plate with a runner on first base. She struck out her first time up. Her second plate appearance, she lined out to the shortstop. Pulling the string on that one is Kotenko. She had Verliger fooled at the plate. She was way out in front. Verliger digs back in on the right side. Next pitch, that one's going to go way high, 1-1. Trying to pull the string again was Kotenko, but just kind of lost the handle on it at the last second, I believe. So it sailed on her. Good job by Solinsky to keep that one in front of her. Verliger wants to check on that one. She doesn't go around. 2-1. Addie Lay is on deck. She singled her last time up. So one's going to be fouled out of play from Verliger. 2-2 now the count. Here comes the 2-2. Big cut that time for Verliger, swinging for the fences. She'll go down on strikes. That is punch-out number 8 of the afternoon for Kara Kotenko. She has been unbelievable. We're heading to the 7th inning. The Irish girls trail 9-2. They got to come out here in the top half of the 7th and not give up anything and hope something big happens with the bats in the bottom half of the 7th inning. We're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, we'll see if the Irish defense can hold down this Garber offense, as they have put up 8 runs in the last 3 innings. Pardon me. Back with more Irish softball right after this. Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Coming to you live from our Barberry Law Studios, built by I don't even know if I want to call it more insurance runs, as they've got the insurance runs. They lead it by 7, 9-2 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Said it a few times. I'll say it again. The Irish girls are playing up 2 divisions in this one. This is the type of game they wanted to play heading towards the MHSA playoffs to get themselves tested in a big, big way. Emmy Edwards is now going to be in the circle for the Sacred Heart Academy girls, a freshman getting a look here. And that's one thing. One of your senior starting pitchers go down this late in the season. Savannah Jones and Marin Wheaton, they've pretty much pitched every other game going back their whole entire softball career. They've just kind of traded spots, one the other, one the other, one the other. Now it's a much different situation here. So Emmy Edwards is in the circle now here in the 7th inning. For the Sacred Heart Academy Irish girls, she will be going up against Miss Brinley McIntyre. McIntyre was at the plate in the bottom of the 6th inning, but her sister tried to go from second to home. It would have been an unbelievable play, but she got tagged out on a good play from Maddie Anderson and Savannah Jones. Next pitch from Emmy Edwards is going to be over for a strike to Brinley McIntyre. Great movement on that one from Emmy Edwards. So Edwards, just a freshman, getting some big-time play right here, starting at shortstop in this one, and now in the circle here against one of the top teams in the state in Essexville Garber. That one also over for a strike with some great movement. Brinley Martin didn't want anything to do with that one. 1-2 the count as Edwards steps back to the circle, gets ready to wind and deal. Here comes the 1-2, trying to get McIntyre to chase something outside. Now 2-2 the count. 9-2 Essexville Garber with the lead here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network over Sacred Heart Academy. Top of the 7th inning. Garber got 2 across in the 4th, 5th, and 4 across in the 6th, along with 1 in the 1st to get to their 9 runs. For Sacred Heart Academy, it was 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th inning moments ago to get to their 2 runs. That one's going to miss. Now 3-2 the count to McIntyre. That one's just going to miss high. It'll be ball 4. Brinley McIntyre wasn't sure if it was ball 4 or not. She was looking for another sign down the third baseline. Coach said, hey, you already did your job. Head on down to first base. So now runner on first with nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. At the plate is Sid Solinsky. It was 0 for 3 on the day, but she has hit the ball hard. Particular first time at the plate, lining out to second base. Then she's popped out to first and popped out to second. So Solinsky's made Brooke Neff do some work out there in the field as she steps in, batting on the right side. First pitch from Edwards. It's going to be outside. Good job by Anderson using that extra, the Inspector Gadget arm there. I'll joke to come up with that one. 1-0 the count. Edwards slings in the 1-0. That's going to miss high. 2-0. Edwards has the sign from the dugout, sets, winds, and deals. Runner thought about going, will hold up. They're going to say that one missed as well. 3-0, now the count. LaPon is on deck for the Garber Dukes. A quick timeout. So we're going to throw a little bit of a rosin bag out there to Emmy Edwards. Try and get that feel of the softball a little bit better. 2-1 actually the count, not 3-0 here. Switch that up. It was a 2-1. And again, that rosin bag may be a big deal right there. Is get a swing and strike now from Solinsky. Edwards ready, winding and dealing. That one's going to miss outside. That actually will be ball 4 there. Moving up to second is Brinley McIntyre. Now at first is Sid Solinsky. Nobody out. Runners on first and second here in the top of the 7th inning. Garber Dukes threatening again. Ava Parent now coming into the game to hit for Sydney LaPont. Parent coming in, getting a chance to swing the bat here at CMU. Always Important thing, try and get all the girls out here to play when you can when you're at these great venues. More love to our great sponsors, the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund, G&S Mechanical, Hanging by a Thread, Beer Plumbing, All Seasons Fireworks, and WW Construction, The Diner, Block Electric, Brickner and Bunker, Farm Bureau Insurance, Dixo Auto Sales, Powell Frame and Collision, Bogwa Bang and Bradley, Mount Pleasant Public Schools, along with Martinez Lawn Care, Martinez Painting, and Martinez Cleaning. That one's going to miss 1-0, the count to Ava Parent. Was in hitting for Sadie Lapon. Lapon singled her last time up, 1 for 3 on the day. Parent now in taking a swing. So it's going to be sent up the middle towards second. Brooke Neff gets the sure out over to first base. So 1 down here on the ground out, but the runners will move up to second and third for Essexville Garber. A nice play out there at second from Brooke Neff to get the sure out in this situation. So you got a couple runners already on, nobody out. Last thing you want to do is have no outs and then bases loaded trying to get that lead runner, and it's not quite there in time. That one's going to go over the catcher's head. Anderson couldn't catch up with that one. There was no way she was going to get there. McIntyre is going to slide in for the score. Now 10-2, Garber with the lead here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, and that runner moving up to third base. Top of the 7th inning, all Garber Dukes in this one now. Kotenko at the plate. Count now 2-0 for that first one sailed. Second one misses. 10-2 the score. Here comes the pitch. That one's also going to miss outside to Kotenko. Edwards looking towards that dugout. Gets the signal. Gets ready to wind a deal. Kotenko probably taking all the way here on this one. It will be over for a strike, 3-1 to count. Ellie Meisner is on deck, 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI double and a single, along with a run scored. Here comes the 3-1 from Emmy Edwards. This one's going to be fouled off to the backstop. 3-2, now the count. Edwards back to that rosin bag, the right hand. Get a little more grip out there. Things probably are pretty chilly out there now in the field. This one's going to be popped up foul right here in front of our broadcast position. If that had been another 2 feet, I was not moving quick enough. Justin from CMU is here laughing at me because that one would have caught me off guard if it was a little bit more to my left, I will say. 3-2 one more time here. Swing and a miss. Kotenko somehow gets a piece of that one. Great pitch there from Emmy Edwards. Really fooling Kotenko, but that last second she's able to throw the bat out there and foul that one off. Got pitch number 8 of the at-bat upcoming here for Kara Kotenko. 1 down, top of the 7th inning. They're going to say that one just missed the strike zone there on the outside corner. That'll put Kotenko on first base. Still just 1 down here into the top of the 7th inning. Looks like we got a pinch hitter coming in for Essexville Garber. The umpires change things up out there. Claire Adamowski is going to be hitting here in this situation. Adamowski stepping in on the right side. She's been playing defense in this one. Done a really good job at second base for Garber. Now getting a chance to swing the bat. This one's going to be smoked down the third baseline, just going foul for Adamowski. Runners on the corners, top of the 7th inning. There's 1 down, 1 run already across here in the top of the 7th. 0-1 to count to Claire Adamowski for Emmy Edwards. On in relief for Savannah Jones, who's now at shortstop. And over at third is Ella Fox. Great job keeping that one in front of her by Maddie Anderson. Not a bad pitch there either by Edwards, trying to get Adamowski to chase. Here comes the 1-1 from Edwards. It's going to be on the outside corner for a strike. Runner does go out to second base. Nice job by Neff coming in. She was going to let that runner go in the second, wanted to make sure the run didn't come in home. Looked like Anderson and Neff were on top of that one. A couple of senior players right there. High IQ play for Sacred Academy. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Great curveball right there from Emmy Edwards. Getting Adamowski to chase. That's her first punch out in this one. There's now 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning. You can really see the movement that Emmy Edwards has in the circle. Whew. Krosnick now stepping to the plate. Actually, might have, nope, it is Krosnick. Thought I might have another pinch hitter in there, but nope, it is Miss Meredith Krosnick back at the dish. She'll take the first pitch. 1-0. She had an infield single her last time up. 1 for 3 on the day with a run scored. 10-2. Garber in front of Sacred Academy. Swing and a miss there. 1-1 now the count as Emmy Edwards starting to get a little bit more control the longer she's out there in the circle. Talk about coming in a tough situation. Hey, it's 9-2. Go out there against the number 9 team in Division II in the state. Here comes the 1-1 from Emmy Edwards. And great movement right there from Edwards, just missing the strike zone low. 2-1 now the count to Krosnick. Krosnick digging in on the right side. Here comes a 2-1 from Edwards. That's going to be over for a strike. 2-2. 2 runners on, 2 outs, 2-2 the count. Whole lot of twos up there. Shot to Aiden Mendel and Bo Wybanga and Bradley. Edwards to the rubber in the middle of the circle, winds and deals, swing and a miss. She'll get the punch out to retire the side. So that will be the 3rd out. Back-to-back punch outs for Emmy Edwards as she starts to get things rolling there in the top half of the 7th. We now head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Addie Lay, Carly Smith, Brooke Neff are due up. We've had a couple changes out there, so not exactly sure if that's going to be the lineup that we see as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. The Irish girls are going to have some type of rally if they want to come back in this one. I'll take it back to a few years ago. It was a regional championship game, I want to say, with the Shepherd Blue Jays. I always mess up the other team. It was Millington, I want to say it was. The Shepherd Blue Jay girls scored 8 runs with 2 outs in extra innings to win that game. It was either 18-17, 19-18. It was the most unbelievable comeback I have seen in any sport. That includes the comeback for the Sacred Academy girls in the district championship this past basketball season when they were down by 7 with a minute and a half remaining and came back to win that one. 10 to the score here. Heading to the plate will be Miss Ella Fox. Ella Fox is going to be hitting for Addie Lay here in this situation. Fox is going to pop up the first pitch she sees. It's going to be foul out of play down the first baseline. Fox coming out very, very aggressive with the first pitch she sees against Kara Kotenko, who's looking for the complete game. She has struck out 8 through 6. That one's going to bounce up there. 1-1 now the count to Ella Fox. Carly Smith is on deck. Brooke Neff behind her. And you really want to turn it back to the top of the order for Izzy Rooker. So it's going to be pop foul down the first baseline. 1-2 now the count to Ella Fox. Fox, couple practice swings. Looks down the third baseline to Coach Wheaton for the signal. Kotenko winds and deals. That was just going to miss low. 2-2 now the count to Ella Fox. Good take there from Fox. Fox digs back in on the right side. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 9 for Kara Kotenko. Whew. Carly Smith now stepping to this. She struck out in both of her plate appearances in this one. Smith steps in on the left side. 10-2 Garber in front here. That one will miss low. 1-0 the count to Carly Smith. This one's going to be sent towards left field. It's going to get down just foul. Giving chase out there was Krosnick. 1-1 now the count. Smith putting a bit of a charge into that one there. Got one down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Irish girls need some type of rally here as they trail 10-2 to Essexville Garber. But I'll say it again, they're playing up 2 divisions in this one against the number 9 team in the state in Division 2. That one will miss wide to Carly Smith, 2-1. Smith digs back in on the left side. That one's also going to miss. Great job by Sid Solinsky behind the plate, trying to frame that one. Three and one the count. Kotenko winds and deals. That's going to miss low. So Carly Smith is on first base. Sacred Heart Academy has got a base runner. Just what the doctor ordered here at the bottom of the 7th inning. But now you need a couple more and a couple big blasts at the plate to try and make this one a ball game. Make this one interesting here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pinch runner coming in will be Emmy Edwards coming in to run for Carly Smith. That'll bring Brooke Neff to the plate. One down, runner on first base. Bottom of the 7th inning. The Irish girls down to their final 2 outs, and they need to put up a big crooked number here in the 7th inning, at least an 8 spot to send this one to extra innings. Brooke Neff's going to foul this one out of play. Neff on the day. It's grounded out and reached base via fielder's choice for the last time up. Here comes the 0-1. That's going to miss low. 1-1 now the count. As I look at things, trying to see if the Irish girls have ever had 2 runners on the base path. I don't think they have all game long. So they've obviously driven in a couple runs as it's 10-2. We had an RBI double when Lexi Smith drove in Maeve McConnell in the 1st inning, and then it was an RBI single driving in Savannah Jones from Lexi Smith in the 6th inning. Other than that, that's it. There's never been a time where there's been multiple base runners on the base paths this entire game for Sacred Heart Academy and this elite offense. A lot of that credit got to go to that young lady in the circle, Kara Kotenko, with what she has been able to do here in this one. 10-2, Essexville Garber leads it over Sacred Heart Academy. Bottom of the 7th inning, runner on first base. Brooke Neff at the plate, down on the count 1-2. He's going to send this one towards first. Easy play. They try and get the lead runner at second now to end the game. They won't get the double play, and so a ground out there for Neff will move up the runner, but you don't really want to move up the runners in this situation. That's going to bring Izzy Ruckert to the plate. Slap hitter batting on the left side. Let's see if she tries to change anything here in this situation. She's now down to the final out, but with her speed, it's so elite. You just want her to put the ball in play any chance you get. Kotenko misses with the first one, 1-0. Ruckert digs back in. Send that one down the third baseline, 1-1. Ten to 2 the score. Irish girls down to their final out, looking for some type of special rally here. Here goes that runner trying to go to third. Sliding in safely is Edwards. Now it'll get away into the outfield. That'll allow Edwards to come in and score. Good play out in left field from Krosnick. There's no point in trying to throw it in. Give credit to Emmy Edwards with some good base running there as the Irish girls get a run. It's now 10-3, but now the bases are empty with 2 down. Going to take some pressure off the plate. And here comes a little bunt, trying to make the play, but safe at first base is Izzy Ruckert. Big-time play there in the bunt single from Ruckert. Now, maybe the Irish got something going. The problem is you still need 7 more runs. They're actually going to say that one went foul. Whew. Oh, nope, actually, what is the call? Waiting to see exactly what the call is here, the umpires. So he stopped the game here for a moment. Now he's heading to the dugout. I think he's telling Essexville Garber, nope, she's safe, she's good to go. There's no point in coming out and arguing the call. And if you're Coach Coakley, said you just need one out here in this situation. Maeve McConnell now stepping to the plate. McConnell walked her first time up and scored a run, singled, and got out to lead off the sixth inning as well. She'll take the first pitch 1-0. Say Maeve McConnell been as hot as a Blocko jacuzzi at the plate in the few games I've seen so far this year from the Irish girls. Here comes the 1-0. That's going to miss out. Oh, no, that's going to be on the high outside corner for a strike. 1-1. McConnell with a practice swing on the left side. Now she'll dig back in. Kara Kotenko looking for that complete game. So it's going to be popped up out towards right field, and it won't be caught. We'll now have runners at the corners for Sacred Heart Academy. After McConnell reaches with the single, Ruckert with some good base running as she moves up to third. Again, it seems like it's too little too late, but it's the old Lloyd Christmas. You're telling me there's a chance if you're Sacred Heart Academy, as now Savannah Jones comes to the plate. 10-3 the score. Problem is, even if the superstar Jones hits a bomb here, it's still just 10-6. You still need 4 more runs, and just 1 out is needed for Essexville Garber. 1-0, that one misses. On third is Ruckert. At first is McConnell. At the plate is Savannah Jones. That one's going to miss inside. Jones almost catching one there. 2-0 now the count. Lexi Smith on deck. She's 2 for 3 on the day. The Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game for the Irish so far in this one. That one's also going to miss. 3-0 now the count to Savannah Jones. Jones definitely going to be taking all the way here. It's still a 7-run game. That will be a miss inside. The bases are now loaded, full of Irish. There's 2 down. They're down to their final out here in this situation, but making things interesting for Essexville Garber. And Lexi Smith, 2 for 3 on the day. She's got an RBI double and an RBI single. That's going to miss inside. It's actually going to hit Lexi Smith, and so a run will come in. The bases will stay loaded. Again, I'm pulling out the old Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber. You're telling me there's a chance right now, Sacred Heart, still in this game somehow. That brings Anderson to the dish. Flown out to right field, struck out and grounded out to shortstop. She's going to take the first pitch, 1-0, it misses. Lena Verlager on deck, and then after that, it's Ella Fox who led off the bottom of this 7th inning as the Irish refuse to go away. That's going to miss high. Kotenko, I don't even want to say having trouble closing this one out because it's just a really good Sacred Heart lineup that's now seeing her through the 3rd time through. That one will be over for a strike, 2-1. Anderson with a big cut as she steps back into the box. Kotenko winds and deals. That one's going to miss high and inside. 3-1. Kotenko back to the middle of the circle. Still a pitch away from closing this one out. This one's going to be fouled out of play. It'll run the count full to 3-2. This is the situation you want your players to be in. I said this on Tuesday when I was doing the Sacred Heart Ithaca game. You want these tight situations, and even though it's still a 6-run game, everything's gotten a little bit tighter out there right now, and that will be ball 4. So another walk, or another run is walked in here, and it's now 10-5. The bases remain loaded. There is still 2 down. Whoo, whoo, whoo. This is getting very, very interesting now. McConnell's in to score. Up to third is Savannah Jones. At second is Lexi Smith. At first is Maddie Anderson. Elena Verlager at the dish. 0 for 3 on the day, a pair of strikeouts. Then she lined out to shortstop her other plate appearance. It was a great play out at short from McIntyre. She's going to put a charge into the first one here. It's popped up towards short. McIntyre going back, and she will make the play in the outfield to end the ball game. Nice play right there from McIntyre to go out and make the catch in the grass. Not an easy play when you go from the dirt to the grass. That will be our final. 10-5 is Essexville. Garber wins it over Sacred Heart Academy, but the Irish girls, a little bit of a charge there in the bottom of the seventh inning, never giving up. And again, that's the type of fight you want to see from your team as you head towards the MHSAA playoffs. We're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, we'll put a bow on this one with our Bird All-American Grill postgame show. Our final 10-5, Essexville Garber winning it over Sacred Heart Academy. Back with more. The Bird All-American Grill postgame show coming up right after this.
Hello, I'm Mike Stanton, and I'm honored to represent the Marilyn Chapman Memorial Fund, created to honor Marilyn's legacy of generosity, compassion, and commitment to our community. At its core, our mission is simple: to support our youth, remove barriers, and create opportunities for kids to grow, compete, and succeed, both in their community and in the game of life. We are incredibly excited to support the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. They do an outstanding job highlighting student athletes, local schools, and the power of teamwork, shining a light on the hard work and dedication that is often overlooked. This partnership allows us to celebrate not just wins on the field, but character and leadership along the way. At the end of the day, it's about investing in our youth, strengthening our communities, and carrying forward Maryland's spirit of giving. To learn more about the Marilyn Chapman Memorial Fund and the events we support, find us on Facebook by searching Marilyn Chapman Memorial Fund. Go Blue Jays.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Malley Construction in Mount Pleasant are experts in residential and commercial construction. From poured walls, flat work, pipe work, and road work, Malley Construction does it all. And they are Michigan Department of Transportation pre-qualified. Malley Construction is family-owned and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant. Hiring a cleaning service doesn't mean you're lazy. Martinez Cleaning knows it means you value your time and want to come home and relax and not worry about the mess. Martinez Cleaning allows you to do just that. Come home and relax to a nice clean home. Schedule your appointment and learn more by visiting Martinez Cleaning on Facebook or call today at 989-289-8615.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Well, welcome to our Bird All-American Grill post-game show as we put a bow on this one. Essexville Garber winning it 10-5 over Sacred Heart Academy here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Essexville Garber now 25-6 on the year now for Essexville Garber. The Irish girls falling to 26-5 on the season. But again, I think you saw some situations you wanted to see if you were head coach Josh Wheaton in this situation. You got down, your team still played some pretty darn good defense, and then in that seventh inning, you were down to 2 outs, and your team just absolutely refused to quit. You went single, walk, hit by pitch, single, and so just really turning around that order is what you want to do in those situations. And so credit to those Sacred Heart Academy girls for not giving up, putting 3 runs up there in the bottom of the seventh inning. Almost coming back in this one, making me bust out the old Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber saying, you telling me that there's some kind of chance? But when I think about our Zeta Batchelder Baller of the Game brought to you by Weefridge Financial, It's another one of those games where I got to give a tip of the cap to an opposing player. Kara Kotenko was absolutely great in the circle as well for Essexville Garber. She struck out 9 Irish, and she also walked twice at the plate as well. Now, she didn't come in and score any runs, but as I mentioned in that 7th inning, just continuing to turn that order around could be such a big deal. And so, Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. Going to Miss Kara Kotenko from Essexville Garber, and I think a lot of the Irish girls would say, yeah, she deserves it. She gets the tip of the cap. But J&J Auto Collision Report, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Drill of the Game, Driller of the Game, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Timber of the Game, Miss Lexi Smith. RBI double in the 1st inning. In the 5th inning, had an RBI single. Also was hit by a pitch in the 7th inning. So she was 2 for 3 on the day, a single, a double, 2 ribbies, along with a hit by pitch. So a fantastic performance from Miss Lexi Smith at the plate. Our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the Game. Chris Bachman signing off here on our Bird All-American Grill postgame show. But I'll be right back with you, right back here tomorrow, a 4 p.m. first pitch for Clare, Beale City High School softball action. And if I have time, I will head on over to the baseball field. So hopefully we have doubleheader action tomorrow. Softball at 4, baseball shortly after that. If not, we'll just head over to Tennyson Stadium and get you some highlights. But our final here today, Sacred Heart Academy falling to Essexville Garber 10-5. But oh boy, they had them loaded in the 7th inning and were threatening. Big credit to Kara Kotenko and the Garber defense for holding things down. Also got to shout the McIntyre girls as well. They were great for Garber in this one. But our final 10-5, our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the Game going to Miss Lexi Smith, going 2 for 3 at the dish for the Irish girls with a pair of RBI. Chris Bachman signing off on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network till tomorrow. A double ultra-local matchup, Beale City, Clare, starting with softball, then hopefully some baseball, then a double ultra-local matchup Saturday morning, Sacred Heart Academy Shepherd baseball action. And then next week, we head to the playoffs. We will be in Beale City for softball action on Friday. We will be in Coleman next Saturday for baseball action. And I make the joke, said it a bunch this week. I've been telling people it's not always going to be all Sacred Heart and all Beale City. But when both teams are ranked and they're in the same division, it's hard to ignore it. Our final here, 10-5